Hello, everyone. This is Jarrod Alberich, the yard sale artist, with another pop-up live stream for you. I'm going to be doing a book page sketch today. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Friday. And you can join me here in the fabulous Yard Sale Artist Studios as we work on another book page sketch. Today, it is Indiana Jones on a page from Indiana Jones and the Hollow Earth, another discard book that I have I've gone bold today, people. I'm going very, very bold, and I'm going to try a new design. I have a go-to Indiana Jones design that I like, that I do on book page sketches, and I'm going to try a new one. This could be great. This could be disastrous. This could be somewhere in the middle. Who knows? We'll find out together. So anyway, welcome to the Yard Sale Artist Studios, where we take old things that are going to be thrown away and turn them into art. And continuing my series of book page sketches, today we're going to be doing Indiana Jones. Hope everybody's doing great today. I see some folks picking up there. Happy to see all of you. Join me in the chat. Say hello. Ask questions. Make statements. Whatever's, So I've got a light pencil sketch of the Indiana Jones design I'm going to use here, and now it's time to ink it. So let's get to the inking process. As per usual, I am using a Micron Pigma pen. Today I'm using a number 5 Micron Pigma. A lot of times my go-to is an 8. I'm using a 5 today. It's a little smaller than the 8. Mainly because, again, this is my first time using this design. I've done 5 or 6 Indiana Jones book page sketches. But I have this one design, this one image, this one reference picture that I like to use. And today I'm going to try a new one. So I'm going to use a smaller marker because it'll give me a little more room for error if something happens that I don't like. Welcome, Genome, to the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Genome, do you love Dr. Jones? I better be careful. My glass is condensating on me, and I just dropped two drops of water right here. I'd hate to drop it on the book page. Maybe I shall refrain from having a drink during this sketch. We're starting with the hat. The man with the hat. I don't think... Trying to remember. I don't think I've ever actually read an Indiana Jones novel. I know I've played and beat a video game. I played an Indiana Jones game on my PS2, I think it was. But a novel, I don't know that I've ever done one of those. Genome says the original Indiana Jones trilogy was quite the social phenomenon, and I would have to agree with you. What's your favorite one? I think I'm a Last Crusade kind of guy, but I like all of them. Not a bad one in the bunch, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in finding out what people's favorite Indiana Jones movie is. I'm all ears, he says, as he's drawing the ear. See, to me, that was clever, but, I'm easily amused by my own entertainment. I will admit it. Well, hello, Miss Lissy Burke-Poso. I'll get it right eventually. Is this Indiana Jones for you? Is the question from Lissy. Well, Lissy, tentatively, yes. unless it comes out in a way that I don't like. And then I will probably just throw it away and start anew. I know you weren't here earlier when I kicked off, but I'm trying a brand new design for Indy on this one. I have a usual go-to Indiana Jones design that I use, like a reference pose that I've done on 5 or 6. For some reason, unexplained, I decided to get crafty and creative on this one for you. So yes, this one is supposed to be for you, but let's just hope that we all like the way it comes out. Paso. Got it. Sorry, Lizzie. I'll get it. Paso. Awesome. And Genome's correct. Sean Connery does make a very compelling dad. And let's see. GLHG has joined us. What up, dude? And Indiana Jones shattered your reality of what archaeology is really like. And I see Chola in the chat. What up, Chola? Thanks for stopping by. Again, I hope everybody's having an excellent Friday. Okay, so we've reached the most critical part of every drawing, which is, of course, the eyes. If I get this part right, this drawing should be a go. You know what I just realized? This is really funny. In a second, I'll work on the nose, and the nose is going to be right here where my pen is pointing. And let me read the words that are on the book page. We're right exactly where this pen is pointing. Maximum when his nose was pointed at 45 degrees to the right. The word nose is literally on the nose of Indiana Jones's nose. Can't plan this stuff, folks. That's funny. What are the odds? All right. Get this other eyeball going. Get this just right. Eyeballs make the drawings. If you get the eyes right, if you capture the eyes right, everything else is going to go nice and smooth. Think I got it. Let's fill in some blacks and we will learn together. Not too upset with those eyes. I want to darken this shade a little. There we go. All right. Not too upset. I think these are going to be fun. Oh, Lizzie, I'm so glad you love your Rebel pilots. Lizzie in the chat has ordered a series of book page sketches for me. This is actually a one that she's also ordered. I think this one's a gift. Lizzie's a big X-Wing fan. And I've done Wedge and 3 other characters whose names I'm not going to remember off the top of my head because they are deep in X-Wing lore. But my favorite part of that project, by far, was since they are deep in X-Men lore and there's not a lot of reference pictures for these X-Men characters, we talked about doing this one, and she said she always pictured him with sort of a face like Dirk Benedict, speaking of face, from the A-Team, or Battlestar Galactica, if you will. Anyway, that was an absolute blast to do. Like to draw Dirk Benedict face style. Oh, I was just kind of chuckling to myself the entire time I was doing it. So much fun. So sometimes you get a project and you're like, how am I going to make that work? And it just becomes fun. And that's what happened with that one. I'll be posting those pictures on my social media soon if anyone's interested in seeing those. Oh, I probably should finish the face before I move on. Oh, GLHG says, speaking of Indy, he's currently playing the Uncharted game. which reminds me of Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider, as it should. It's very much in that vein. I've played and beat every Uncharted game, with the exception of the latest one, which I think is the fourth or fifth. I can't remember. The latest one's the only one I haven't taken down. All right, I'm not too upset at all with this face. In fact, I'm liking how it's coming out. Put a little more shadow up under the hat brim. Bring that down just a little farther. Darken that just a little more. I'm going to noodle this thing until I don't like it anymore. Just watch. Ah, the artist's curse. Noodle it till you don't like it anymore. I still think it's very funny that the nose is written right. Like, there's the word nose, there's the drawing of the nose. They are that close together. Maybe I'm easily amused. That's probably the case. I actually campaigned to do a Porkins piece, Gino. Gino, I'm going to tell you the gosh honest truth, man. I had a client actually ask me about doing a Porkins piece, and I was like, sure, of course, you know. But things got a little out of control, and no slight on the client at all. But they were like, can you do Porkins in a we went like a battle dress outfit, like a mess dress, like a formal military style outfit, and just a lot of like really detailed descriptions. He had like 4 different Porkinses. What's the plural of Porkins? Porkinseye, Porkinson. The whole flock of Porkinses. And I was just like, man, I wish I was the kind of artist who just had endless amounts of creativity in them, but I need a lot of reference. And there's just not enough reference for such a minor character for me to confidently do that. So I had to take a pass on the multi-Porkins project. Man, I should have talked to my buddy Mark that streams with me every Tuesday night here on the channel at 5 Central. Because Mark's got that crazy inner artist mind's eye where he could probably do it. Like, he can just... I'm envious of those artists. I always need reference pics and shots and photos, and like I study it from 48 different angles. But Porkins is only really like one shot. He's like, oh no! And that's kind of the end of Porkins. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the movie. There's those names from Lissy. I'm a little late in seeing him in the chat, but yeah, Wes Jansen, Hobby, Clivian, or Hobie, I wonder, Hobby or Hobie, and Tycho Selchu is how I pronounced it. I think Tycho's the one that I did in the Dirk Benedict from A-Team style, and it still amuses me. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so amused by that, but I just really enjoy doing that. It's a special moment when artists can sit there doing a piece at this table like I was yesterday and just giggle, just giggling the whole time. As usual, I'm getting my basic shapes down and a little bit of shading in, and then I'll come back with the Sharpie to thicken things up a bit. But I'm liking how this is working so far. Not upset. I was a little nervous again, first time I've tried this particular pose. It's always a kind of a crapshoot on the book page sketch, because book page sketch drawing, as I've discovered, is a little more challenging than your standard drawing. Because I need to get an image that works well with words going through it. And for those of you who've watched my channel a lot, you're like, yes, Jared, you've told us this 47 times. This is for the new people. So it's a matter of finding an image that's very, very simple. Because if too complex, the words will start to wash it out. That's why a lot of the times you'll see I'll do is kind of more zoomed in heads and faces, because I can get a more simple design. And I very, very rarely ever do more than one character per page. I think the only time I've broken that rule is recently. I did a Harry Potter book page sketch, and it was the Weasley twins. So I figured, okay, the client requested the Weasley twins, and I thought, okay, there's a rare exception. Hang on, I gotta be very careful with this now. A rare exception of a drawing that needs to be allowed to have two on one page. So I think that's the only time I've ever done two characters on one page is the Weasley twins. Other than that, it just gets way too busy, and the words wash it out. It's no fun. Shannon Mashburn in the chat. Good to see you from over there on Facebook. We are broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter via Periscope. So hello to everybody, no matter what platform you're watching on. If you're not currently on the YouTube channel, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, I would encourage you to do me a favor and head over to YouTube and just search Jarrod Alberich, JARROD ALBERICH, or you can search Yard Sale Artist, much easier to spell. You can just do Yard Sale Artist. You will find my page. You'll see us broadcasting live now. And more importantly, if you could give me a subscription, like and subscribe, and click the bell so you get notifications for when I go live. All that stuff is wonderful. But mainly a subscription would really help me out. I'd appreciate it. I'm not trying to become a full-time YouTube star or anything like that. But I do want to grow the audience and just grow a community, because that's what makes me happiest about doing this. We have a real community. We have people in the chat that are sort of like chat community friends. And I love seeing you guys chit-chatting with each other in the chat. You know, we've got a bunch of regulars like Genome, GLHG, Chola, Kirk, Courtney, I'm probably leaving somebody out, as it always happens when you make lists like this. I probably should have never started, but you guys know what I mean. I just love our chat community. It's real welcoming and fun. So, you know, I really want to build that. So when you do scooch on over to YouTube to give me that subscription, that's what I'm most happy about, is growing the community. Again, not my goal to be a full-time YouTube guy, you know, one of these YouTube people who makes their living off of it. Not really. Much more interested in having a group, a family, if you will, here in the Yard Sale Artist Network. That makes me happy. Well, I think I've made my point there. Lisa head on over to the YouTube and gave me a subscription. Thank you very much, Lisa. Much appreciated. Genome says you're approaching 100 subs. Any plans for a 100 subscribers contest? Well, it's funny you should mention that, because I hadn't given that 1 ounce of thought until you brought it up just now. Which is weird, because I did that a lot in my early days on Twitter. I was always doing giveaways when I hit the next 100 and all that. I need to do another one of those again soon. Those are fun. So yeah, I should think about some sort of a 100 subscribers giveaway. Maybe do a free sketch, or maybe, you know, shoot, I've got a bunch of 11 by 17 prints that I take with me to conventions. I might just do that. I might just be like, hey, you know, we're going to do a 100 subscriber special. I'm thinking out loud here, people. Don't hold me to this, but this is starting to sound good to me. 100 subscriber special. You stop by, you say hello. Maybe I draw something live on the air. But I could bust out my print book and we could all go through my print book together, and then I could put everybody who shows up for the special into the randomizer and pick, like 3 names, and third place gets a print, and second place can pick 2 prints, and first place can get 5 prints. I think that sounds good. Don't hold me to that, but thinking out loud, I like the sound of that. Let's see. Don't worry, Lisa. Your secret's safe with me and all of our watchers and the people who watch this after it's already broadcast from the recording. Gino says, if I do that plan, let me know, and I'll give your info to a contest aggregate YouTuber for comics. Oh, okay. So there's somebody who does all that. Great. Well, thanks, Gino. Yeah, I really do think that's going to happen, Gino. Look for that. I'll probably talk about it on my social media. But yeah, I'll probably do 100 subscriber special where I will just bring my print book and I'll set it up here on the screen, and we'll kind of flip through it together, and I'll talk about each piece. And then everybody who shows up and wants in can get put in a randomizer, and then the top 3 people will win something. I really like the sound of that. I think that's going to be a go. So thanks for bringing that up, Gino. That's a great idea. Wish I'd thought of it, but I can rely on good friends like you. Again, I mentioned this earlier. I love the people in my chat community. So helpful, wonderful people. Now, what have I not done yet on this episode that I do on every episode? I haven't plugged the music. I'm going to now. The music you're listening to is an album called Beats Without Homes. It is by my good friend and musical genius, Joe November. I encourage you to please go get Beats Without Homes. It's available on Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. I mean, if it's a place where you get digital music, it's there. The name is Beats Without Homes. It's technically by Till November, Till November, because it's a collaboration album by MC Till and Joe November. Joe is a lifelong friend of mine. We met as second lieutenants back in late 1999, comm officer training. I just went and saw Joe out. He lives in Texas. I went and saw Joe in Texas a couple weeks back. We had a great time. We went to the 35th anniversary showing of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and Paul Rubens was there, and oh my gosh, it was a hoot and it was a blast. I'm so glad I went. So yeah, Joe and I have been knowing each other since comm officer school in 1999, 2 fresh-faced lieutenants. And I love telling this story, so I'm going to tell it one more time in case you haven't heard before. So I met Joe, comm officer school, right down there in Biloxi, Mississippi. We became friends, and we were talking about what we're both Air Force officers, but what our ultimate goals, if we could do anything, would be. And I told Joe that I wanted to be in comics, and Joe told me that he wanted to be a music producer. Here we are, a little over 20 years later, and I have published my own independent comic, and I've got 2 more in progress. I've done work on 3 other comics, trading cards for Marvel, and Joe is a music producer. So I just love that story about 2 friends who followed their dreams. What up, John Beatty in the chat? Oh, John, it's nice to see you. Hope you're having a good Friday. And everything's right in your world, my friend. We have a legend in our midst, people in the chat. Mr. John Beatty, world famous comic book creator. Worked on all your favorites. He's worked on Batman. He's worked on Superman. He is the man when it comes to Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. And he runs an excellent YouTube channel on which I guest from time to time. So if you're out and about, I know somebody, Lisa, stopped by to subscribe to my YouTube today. If you're not subscribed to John Beatty Art, I highly recommend it. John's always doing cool things over there, and he's the man. Oh, Genome's trying to stir up some crap. Stirring up crap about comm officers, huh? That's how you want to roll today, huh, Genome? You know what? I'm not even gonna get into it with you. I'm just gonna let you have it. You know, is this the way you want to live, man? Is this where you want to be? Is this where you want to be when the apocalypse comes? Dr. Jones is starting to come together. Let's see here. Go peek into my marker boxes over here. Oh, so John, you were headed to the post office. Were you going to send me something cool, man? Hope John was going to send me something cool. Not like those mail bombs he usually sends. That's for comedic effect, people. John Beatty is not the Unabomber. Just want to be very clear about that. Let's see. I'm looking for some specific color. I found peach, and I also want to use light tan. There it is. Peach and light tan. Always good go-to colors for skin tones. Indiana Jones is kind of interesting in that he's, I could pretty much do the whole drawing from my skin tones box set of Prismacolor, because it's full of different shades of brown and skin tones and all this. And really, that's Indiana Jones. I mean, he's dark brown hat, dark brown jacket, light tan shirt, skin tone face. He's a very earth-toned individual. As John Beatty would say, it's a very monochromatic piece. Yep. And then if I do a background effect, I'm thinking about putting, my patented circle behind him. And on that one, I like for Indiana Jones, I like an orange, because it kind of plays nicely with the it's still kind of in that monochromatic family, but people often associate orange with Indiana Jones because of the logo, and it does give a little life to those browns. We'll see. Right now, let's focus on these skin tones, shall we? Just for you, Genome. Quick peek. Ooh. I'm sure that made John very happy as well. Had it at the ready, sir. Having drawn Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones and Han Solo a few times, but for some reason, especially for Indiana Jones, I don't know what it is about Indiana Jones. He always has just I've always noticed he's kind of like a slightly crooked nose. Harrison Ford just has a little bit of a crooked nose. Just a little FYI out there for everybody. It's not a common nose shape. And John, I think you came, if you're still here, John, I think you came in just a little late to hear this part. Speaking of noses, this is particularly funny to me. I'm drawing on the book page, and I'm drawing his nose, and the word on the page, as they're talking about, the word nose is literally on his nose. And I found great entertainment out of that. Now I'm starting to get into the beats again. Again, this is Beats Without Homes by till November. All right, time to do a little shading. Of course, there's going to be shade up under the hat brim. And under the eyes, always a bit. We'll go under the nose. Inside the little smile lines, Dr. Jones. Let's see. I want to grab, they have a color, it's called like walnut or something, like a light walnut. There it is. I want to do a little, just a darker shade to kind of show where his beard stubble lines are. Indiana Jones got that beard stubble, y'all. There we go. Okay. Now we'll move into the hat. I'll need a light brown with a darker brown. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try Mocha Light. That sounds fun, doesn't it? Mocha Light. And on his hat band real quick, I'm going to use a gray. Because he has a black hat band, but I'm going to use gray for the shading. Genome said Indy had that Miami Vice stubble before Miami Vice stubble was a thing. And he's not wrong. Okay, let's see if I like this Mocha Light. Oh, I do. This is just what I wanted. Mocha Light, everyone. Mocha Light. I probably mentioned this 20 times on my live stream before, but this is my favorite track on this album. I find it to be very peppy. All right, Mocha Light. Let's see here. I'm going to darken it with this light umber. Yep, I sure am. Okay, yeah, this is light umber that I'm using for the darker tone on the hat. And as a reminder to folks who are watching who might be new to the art game and want some tips, always put your light tone down first. Come back over with your darker tone. Leaving the light spots that you want. It'll give a real nice two-tone color effect. There we go. Not a bad looking hat. Question about the coaster under the T. It's Amazing Spider. Oh, you can't see because of the logo. It's Amazing Spider-Man. It's a John Romita Jr. piece. A good friend of mine who was in the coaster making business, and she made me a set of superhero coasters one year for Christmas. So I've got that, and a Batman, Superman, and a Green Lantern, I think, was the 4 that were in the set. All right, let's get some kind of light tan going on his shirt. I'm going to use one called Blonde Wood. Blonde Wood is going to be a good color for that shirt because it's about the color of it. We'll drop that in there. Then I'll come back with like a real light tan as a shader on this one. I won't even need much because the blonde wood color kind of picks up some of the ink off the paper, because book pages are done on a cheap paper and with an ink that's not designed to last forever. So it kind of scrapes it off a little bit and adds its own dark streaks. So it's almost like self-shading in a way. I remember when I first started this, I was like, oh, those dark streaks, I hate them, And then I realized they're really doing a nice little shading job for me. Sometimes that's the deal with art. You got to find a way to make the problems work for you. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back on this with a darker shade of Mocha Dark. Just for the shady spots. Mostly around the neck area. A little bit down here. Just around a little bit of shade under that satchel. A little bit up here. Comes down. Other than that, inside of the collar. There we go. There we go. That'll work. You got that right, Lisa. Happy accidents. Happy accidents indeed. All right. Speaking of the satchel cord, I'm going to go back to my friend Light Umber, but not as a darkener, but as a base this time. And then come back with an even darker brown on top of that for the shader. Got one called Cocoa Bean. That's just fun to say, Cocoa Bean. Don't need much, just a little. Little accent. Speaking of happy accidents, I got just outside the line on Cocoa Bean a little bit, but I can just thicken the line of the belt up a hair and cover it right up. There we go. Nobody will know. Nobody tell Lisa. She'll never know. All right. Get rid of some errant sketch lines down there. Can never get them all, especially on book page, because a regular paper, I just rub them, they disappear. This book page is kind of fragile, so I can't get after it. But I can get most of it to go away. All right, so we need a dark brown and a very dark brown for the jacket. So I think I'm definitely going to want Cocoa Bean again. What did I do with Cocoa Bean? There it is. That's going to be my dark brown. And then my light brown, I'll go to Sienna brown. Put some of these out of my way here. Light peach, you don't need any more. Light tan goes here. All right. Probably spend more time putting markers away after I finish a drawing than I do during a drawing. Oh, that's right. Thank goodness. It's your brother's present. Don't tell him, Lisa. Don't tell him. Yard sale artist doesn't know what the heck he's doing. All right, so base color of sienna brown. I'm going to leave a little bit of white just peeking out around the edge because there's like a little bit of light reflecting right off the edge of the jacket. And And this little line right here is kind of the same way. It's kind of catching the light. So I'm just going to put a little of that in there. All right. And then I'm going to use the wider tip since I got a wider area here. Happy accidents. Oh, let's see here. Fun fact from Genome: used to work on the assembly line at a local Toyota plant. We had automated tug trains that played music when they were moving, and one of them was the Indiana Jones theme song, which he never wants to hear again. Painful memories shared by Genome. All right, and again, we're going to come in with these heavier, darker tones for this heavier, dark jacket. It's a very dark brown jacket. Basically just going to draw out some spots where I want to keep the light brown to show through for accent purposes. Kind of over here, there's actually more light brown than dark brown since the light is catching him on this side. I'm just going to add a little bit of dark brown accent. It's almost like sculpture. You kind of chip away. What are you going to leave behind? What are you going to take with you? What are you going to leave behind? Until you get a nice little balance of color there. I like that. All right. All right. Time for that classic yard sale artist circle. Where do I want it? Just a little here, just a little there. That's about where I want it. Yes, indeed. You call him Dr. Jones. And the orange setting sun or rising sun, however you want to think of it. Just a little spot where I want to darken in for his hair. Where's my eraser? I just saw an errant pencil line that I can't live with. There we go. Yeah, John and I were talking the other day on the phone about monochromatic pieces, and we were trying to think of which characters would lend themselves to such. And I think it was John who mentioned Indiana Jones, and He's not exactly wrong, because as I look to my color wheel, which every professional owns, you can see the orange going into the brown family right there. Very much in the monochromatic area of the wheel. So yeah, it all works together. We are almost done with Dr. Jones. So yeah, I will probably pop back on a live stream within the next couple days. At the very latest, you'll catch me here on Tuesday evening at 5 p.m. Central Time with my usual partner, Mark Hatherley from Bermuda. We got some things to work on. I believe this Tuesday I will be doing a Catwoman piece. Last Tuesday I did a animated style Batman, and the purchaser of that one requested a companion animated style Catwoman to go with it. So that will likely be what I do on Tuesday night, unless I get all kinds of productive between now and then and get that one done. Then I'll pick something else to do on Tuesday. But right now, the odds-on favorite animated Catwoman. GLHC wants some news on some Dad Rap 2. I like your enthusiasm, Gino. No news right now. No news. We're still counting all the royalty monies that came in off the first one. Once all that money's counted, then we'll consider that rap part. Couldn't get it out with a straight face, everybody. All right, I think it's time to put a signature on this one. And this will end the entire bundle order from this very awesome and lovely client. I will reach out to you. If you're still in the chat, you can hear me. I'll reach out to you with your final finished picture and all the details for our business dealings. Sounds so nefarious. So look for that in just a little bit. I need to find my sign-in pen. This one will do. Get right under here. And there we have it. Indiana Jones on a page from the Indiana Jones novel, Indiana Jones and the Hollow Earth. Hope you guys enjoyed that, especially Lisa, since this is a gift for her brother. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks for everybody who I see pop some likes up on Facebook already. Again, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter via Periscope, and we're on YouTube. If you can, head over to YouTube and give me a subscription. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I see your message there, Lisa. Yeah, I'll reach out to Matt via, I think we're talking on Twitter. Much appreciated. I hope your brother loves this. I enjoyed making it, and I got the nervous jitters out from the trying the new pose and angle. So thanks for being there with me for all that, everybody. Once again, I'm Jarrod Alberich, the Art Sale Artist. You've been listening to Beats Without Homes by Joe November, a.k.a. Till November, T-I-L-L November. Encourage you to go download that. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you next time.